Interesting side note here. In some of our earliest editions of the Bible, the New Testament, we have three really old versions of these books called codices or a codex. One of them, the Codex Vaticanus, has a little marginal note written next to Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3. And it's fascinating. You've got the text written in the Greek, and by the way, the Greek Bibles, all of those early codices are written in capital Greek letters, all slammed together with no spacing, no punctuation, and you get to the end of a line, then you just pick up in the next line with the next letter, and you just keep going, no spaces. That's how they're all written. Well, out in the margin, in smaller text, you can Google this image, the Codex Vaticanus marginal note. It says in the Greek, "Fool and knave, leave the old reading alone. Don't change it." That's a peculiar marginal note for some copyists to put in the margin of Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3, particularly in referring to those attributes of God the Father, that the Son would come down and complete that atonement and then finish that and go and sit down on the right hand of majesty. That's a verse that is very prone to be reworked, rewritten for an editor or a copier 100 years down the road, 200, 300 years down the road, say, "Ooh, I don't like this. I'm going to change the wording here to match my doctrine or my theology a little better." It's fascinating to me that the fact that a manuscript copier sometime in the early years of the existence of the Bible would write that marginal note implies that that copier or that manuscript writer has watched other people or other scripts get changed, especially with reference to the Godhead in other settings. And he's saying, "Fool and knave, leave this verse alone, don't change it." That's fascinating. Tied into what Nephi saw regarding the coming forth of the Bible.